Calls I kept getting asked this weekend was who are you fighting, when are you fighting Ilia, when are you fighting Ilia. I have no idea. Hopefully it is going to be me versus the Chorizo next, and I think that's what all the Americans want. Spoiled rich baby trying to pay the way out of things. That's why he quit when he was making weight in a bath like a little. Arman's irrelevant, no one cares about him.
Outside of illness or injury, even if I'm breaking news to you, then I'm not sharing my opinion. I'm sharing a fact with you. It's Arman versus Ilia. That is 100% the plan.
I hope they don't give it to Paddy. They can't give it to Paddy. I think Gaethje and him. I don't think he's fought the caliber of guys.
Dude, everybody and their damn mama, they want to see that fight. They don't want to see a fight with Paddy the Baddy, man. You know, and then Arman getting on the Nelk Boys podcast, and then he's saying that he'll never give Arman a chance, you know, for the belt. Like, he'll rather relinquish that. Like, the UFC 1 does not want to hear that, man.
Paddy Pimblett has fired a bold challenge at Ilia Topuria while taking aim at Arman Tsarukyan in his latest push for lightweight glory. Paddy Pimblett is turning up the heat in the lightweight division. He's made it loud and clear. He wants to fight Ilia Topuria, and he's not asking politely. He's sending a straight-up warning to the champ, and at the same time taking shots at Arman Tsarukyan. According to Paddy, he's ready to step in there, and if Topuria thinks otherwise, he's got another thing coming. It's the kind of call-out that grabs everyone's attention, not just because Paddy's aiming at the belt, but because of the way he's going about it.
Calls I kept getting asked this weekend was who are you fighting, when are you fighting Ilia, when are you fighting Ilia. I have no idea. Hopefully it is going to be me versus the Chorizo next, and I think that's what all the Americans want, because every American I bump into keeps saying when are you going to smash that sausage's head in. I'm hoping that gets sorted.
Paddy says he's next in line for Topuria, and he's acting like the fight is already his. He's been mocking Tsarukyan too, calling him names and brushing off the idea that Arman should get the shot instead. In Paddy's mind, there's no debate. He's the one who deserves to fight for the lightweight title. It's classic Paddy Pimblett style, confident, loud, and looking to get under people's skin.
But I understand that I am like rank 9 or something, so other people probably are more deserving, but Posh boy definitely isn't. Little rich boy Arman, showing how desperate he is, offering him £1 million to fight him. Spoiled rich baby, trying to pay the way out of things. That's why he quit when he was making weight in a bath like a little bitch. Arman's irrelevant, no one cares about him.
But not everyone's buying it. Tsarukyan, for one, has fired right back. He's called Paddy Trashkin Paddy and made it clear he doesn't think Pimblett has done enough to earn a title fight. From Arman's point of view, Paddy's just talking to get attention, not because he's earned the spot. He took to Twitter, writing, "You're a nobody, a trash can at most. Daddy Dana fed you a couple of senior citizens to build up your hype. That's all you are, hype. I earned everything in my career. Nothing was handed to me, you bum. Now sit your goofy down and wait until Daddy tells you what to do." And he's not alone in thinking that way. Plenty of fighters and fans are saying the same thing. Chael Sonnen has made it clear he sees Arman Tsarukyan as the definite next challenger for Ilia Topuria, stating it's already the planned matchup unless something unexpected like an injury changes it.
Outside of illness or injury, even if I'm breaking news to you, then I'm not sharing my opinion. I'm sharing a fact with you. It's Arman versus Ilia. That is 100% the plan.
What makes you so confident? 100% sure.
The drama really got rolling when Paddy and Topuria came face to face at UFC 317. Dana White himself came out later and said that face-off should have never happened. He thought it was unnecessary and could have stirred up trouble when it wasn't the right time. Dana's words made people question whether the UFC is even thinking about making this fight soon, or if it was just hype for the cameras.
He called in Paddy Pimblett and brought him into the cage, and they had a face-off. Obviously, they've got a long history together. I know there's a lot of options on the table for Ilia, but when he shows that type of interest in a fight, does that make you want to make it?
Well, I don't know who the hell let him in there. That should have never happened. Let's start there. I was already back in my room, or that would have never happened. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I don't really think about that stuff tonight, other than, you know, obviously the Van fight. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out.
Some voices in the sport are flat out against the idea of Paddy jumping straight into a title shot. A former top 5 lightweight Ilia Quinta said the UFC can't give him that fight right now. In their eyes, Paddy hasn't beaten enough top contenders to earn it, and skipping the line would be unfair to fighters who've been grinding for years in that division. That's a pretty common argument. Work your way up before you get the biggest fight.
I hope they don't give it to Paddy. They can't give it to Paddy. I think Gaethje and him. I don't think he's fought the caliber of guys. You know, I think they've definitely given him like the favorable matchups. Like, I think the last 3 opponents he's on are on like an 0-10 losing streak. You know what I mean? Like, you got
like 0-13, 0-12, or something like that.
Yeah. You know, but there is the bad blood. You know what I mean? They got that bad blood goes a long way in selling pay-per-views, and at the end of the day, that's what that's all the UFC really cares about. It's not about who's rightfully deserving of it, but more who can sell the more pay-per-views. And
on the other hand, Paddy isn't just dealing with Topuria and Tsarukyan's opinions. The whole lightweight picture is heating up. One of the most prominent MMA legend, Henry Cejudo's criticism has been flying around, aimed at both Topuria and the UFC. And the reason is obvious. It is Arman Tsarukyan's situation.
Dude, everybody and their damn mama, they want to see that fight. They don't want to see a fight with Paddy the Baddy, man. You know, and then Arman getting on the Nelk Boys podcast, and then he's saying that he'll never give Arman a chance, for the belt. Like, he'll rather relinquish that. Like, the UFC one does not want to hear that, man. Like, once you start thinking you're bigger than the UFC, you start to become public enemy number 1. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, even though you are a champion, you do have 2 belts, you still don't hold leverage as you do.
He believes Tsarukyan should be the next title challenger without question, and by ignoring him, the UFC is creating unnecessary tension. The legend made it clear he thinks the promotion is messing up by not setting up Topuria versus Tsarukyan right away.
Did. So again, if being a guy like Michael Chandler, who is 7-2 in the UFC, gets you a title shot, then man, there may be Laurent's quote of the UFC being more of an entertainment company. Is that maybe that's what the UFC is a little bit more.
Even other fighters are stepping in. Belal Muhammad, a top welterweight contender, has publicly backed Arman. He's been vocal in supporting Tsarukyan after Topuria's comments rejecting the fight. Belal's basically saying Arman has earned his shot, and if Topuria is avoiding him, it doesn't look good. That kind of support adds more pressure on the UFC to give Arman the fight, because now it's not just him asking. Other respected fighters are speaking out too.
You do see it a little bit. Ilia saying he won't fight him. He'll give up the belt before fighting him.
I'm never going to give him a chance to fight for the title. I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt.
I don't know where that came from. I do think Arman is worthy of a title shot, especially after weighing in as a backup, the last one. People keep coming at him for the pull out of the Islam fight, but I mean, if it was truly an injury, obviously the UFC knows. And like I said, one of the hardest things in the sport is to make it to fight night. The only way to train is to fight. Every single day at practice, we put our bodies through a lot. So if he made it that far and he didn't get the reward of fighting, I'm sure it broke him and it made him upset.
The funny thing is, all of this is happening while Paddy is still shouting the loudest. He keeps the spotlight on himself by calling out Topuria and making fun of Tsarukyan. That's a smart move if you're trying to get noticed, but it also makes him a target for criticism. His opponents and their supporters keep saying the same thing. Talking is one thing, but you have to back it up in the cage.
No. You gotta delete him from the rankings. Even he's not even deserving to be in top 10. He beat last 3 guys. It was Chandler. He had 3 losses. It was Bobby Green. He had 4 losses. It was Tony Ferguson. He had 8 losses. That's crazy. And like, you wanna bring that guy to fight for the title is just I don't know. Crazy. 3-0, 8-0, 2-0.
From the UFC side, it's not an easy choice. On one hand, you've got Tsarukyan, who's clearly earned his spot through tough fights and big wins. On the other hand, you've got Paddy, who's a star with a big fan base and a talent for selling fights. Topuria, the champion, is in the middle of all of this, with fans, fighters, and even legends weighing in on who he should fight next.
Is he running from Arman?
It's hard to picture anybody beating Ilia right now. It's hard to visualize anybody just being able to go in the octagon with Ilia Topuria and beat him. Just how dominant he's been. You know, realistically, they go get in that cage, it's like Arman definitely has a chance. He definitely has a shot. Ilia's such a massive superstar right now. It's like, why fight Arman when you could fight Islam or Gaethje's a bigger fight than Arman. I think Paddy's a bigger fight. So it just depends on where Ilia's head's at. Does he want to just go out there hey, I want the next best guy.
There's also the question of how Topuria sees all of this. If he's hearing warnings about being public enemy number 1, he might have to make a choice. Fight the guy the fans think you're avoiding, or take a fight that makes more money but brings more criticism. Champions always have to balance risk, reward, and public opinion.
So if he wants to assure his title shot, he has to fight with Justin Gaethje, because if he fights with Arman, I think that Arman's gonna beat him. So the easiest path he has right now to get the title shot is Justin.
Okay, thank you.
Stylistically.
Thank you.
Paddy, for his part, doesn't seem worried about any of that. He's keeping the energy high, reminding everyone that he wants the fight and that he believes he'll win it. And by mocking Tsarukyan, he's also making it clear that even if he doesn't get Topuria right away, he's not looking to fight Arman either. He wants the big prize, and he's not shy about saying it.
You took aim at all the big dogs of the division, right? But a lot of people are interested in seeing you and Ilia Topuria fight because there's a lot of history, right? There's a whole thing built into it. So I guess where does he fit, and like how do you see you two crossing paths? Because right now it just seems like, at least in the immediate future, he's not in your plans. Maybe I'm wrong, but I guess where does he fit in this whole picture?
To be honest, I forgot about him. I forgot all about him. Or I would have mentioned him in the cage. You know what I mean? I don't call him Arman Sanitizer boy anymore. He's not Welsh at it. So, but as I say, I literally forgot all about him. That's how relevant he is. I'm ranked higher than he is at lightweight. So, you know, I'd love to welcome him to 155, but apparently he's sitting out and waiting for the title shot.
The lightweight division has always been stacked, but right now, it's also one of the most dramatic in the UFC. You've got a champion being called out from two sides, a challenger who's done the work but can't seem to lock down the fight, and a loud, confident contender trying to skip the line by sheer force of personality. Add in the opinions from legends, other fighters, and Dana White himself, and you've got a storyline that's just as much about politics and popularity as it is about fighting skills.
The lightweight division is so fun. Back in England, we have Paddy Pimblett. I personally would love to see that fight. He's similar to you in that he's a polarizing figure. Love him or hate him, he brings it.
He's a good kid, Paddy. The Scousers, you gotta love the Scousers. You know, my father was born in Liverpool. One side of my family is from there. So I got a lot of love for that part of the world. And who knows, I will never say no to nothing. You know what I mean? Never say never, as they say.
As it stands, nothing is confirmed. The UFC hasn't announced Topuria's next fight, and the debates keep going. Will they give the title shot to Tsarukyan, the fighter many believe has earned it? Or will they go with Paddy, the one who brings the hype and headlines? Or will Topuria surprise everyone and pick someone else entirely?
He called the Paddy to come to the octagon. It was the Joe Rogan mistake, and he shouldn't call his even name, like bring him to the octagon. I was surprised, but when Dana said it shouldn't be like that, I said okay.
Whatever happens, this buildup has already made things more intense. Paddy's warning to Topuria, his digs at Tsarukyan, and all the reactions they've caused have kept fans talking non-stop. For a division that already has some of the best fighters in the world, this extra layer of drama is just adding fuel to the fire.
He's just a little posh boy who's had everything handed to him on a silver platter by his dad.
Do you think he actually got injured or no? Or what do you think happened?
No, he's a little bitch ass. Dana shot him down in that interview. I was like, whoa.
You miss opportunities sometimes. And he did.
Arman, you shit your pants. Know what I mean? That's what you did. You farted and followed through and had shit coming down your leg.
One thing is certain, no matter who Topuria fights next, people will have strong opinions. And if it ends up being Paddy Pimblett, expect even more fireworks before the cage door even closes. The mind games have already started, the fan debates are in full swing, and the tension is building with every passing day. This isn't just about who's better in the cage. It's about pride, rivalry, and proving a point on the biggest stage. Stay tuned to Ring Rivalry for every update, breakdown, and behind the scenes story. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a moment of the action.